What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another fantastic week of doing the show. My name is Dr. Kojo, checking in live from sunny Los Angeles, California. But this is the late night show, but I gotta start off with that. And we're gonna be talking about how to overcome procrastination. I got 3 tips. I made them simple on purpose, but before we get into it, I want you all to let me know where you all are checking in from, and let me know your name. Kendra, what's going on? Kiana says thanks. We need this from Cleveland. My son and I both have ADHD. All right, hey, I need your attention. Tune in. We got somebody from Texas. Texas in the house. What's going on? Texas again. So glad that I met you. Hey, shoot, I'm happy that you met me too. Massachusetts. Matthew, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Love from Maryland. We got love from Florida. We got love from Canada. We got love from New Jersey. We got love from Atlanta. Someone say, yeah, Texas. We got love from Texas. We have South Carolina, Montreal, Austin, Texas, Connecticut, Florida. Matt is from Florida. Okay. I'm in LA as well. Just bought your book. Can't wait to. Oh, you're in LA. I might sign that book. We're in the same city. All right, let's talk about it. So we're going to talk about procrastination. So this is something that affects all of us, and I think we all understand that if we procrastinated a little bit less, we'd be that much more effective, right? And there's a couple of reasons why we may procrastinate, right? So somebody mentioned ADHD in the chat earlier, right? So if you have ADHD, I think you'll naturally procrastinate because of the nature of the condition. If you have something to do that you're not excited about, you can procrastinate. If you're anxious to do something, you can procrastinate. But you could also procrastinate with things that you are excited to do, right? But if it takes too many steps, you might be telling yourself, do I really, really want to do this? Right? So I think when it comes to delaying a certain thing, there's certain things that we can do right then and there, and that can be a game changer for us, right? And when there's small things that you have to delay, right? And you say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it Thursday. And the Thursday comes, I'll do it on the weekend. On the weekend, I'll do it Sunday. I'll do it Monday. I'll do it Wednesday. And then you keep going. And that's how you have a to-do list that you create like today, right? Let's say you created a to-do list today and you did one thing and there's 4 things that are remaining, right? And you say you'll do it tomorrow, right? But because tomorrow came and you didn't want to do it, you say I'll do it. It just keeps going on and on and on and on, right? And I see Tanika in here saying it's the too many steps part that makes it hard for me, right? So I initially came up, to be honest with you, I came up with like 7 things. And then I thought to myself, you're procrastinating. So if you make it difficult, then the answer lies in simplicity. Make it super simple, right? If the steps I give y'all are too difficult, then you all will procrastinate when it comes to doing the tips that I've given you all to overcome the procrastination, right? So we got to keep it simple. We got to keep it very simple, right? So I kept that in mind when I came up with these tips. And Stephanie says, I really want to listen right now, but I'll do it later. Well, Stephanie, this will be here later. So keep in mind, all of these live streams are recorded, live, but they will be here after the fact. So don't worry about if you have to, get off, like we can come back. And Trey says, me watching this and I'm procrastinating. Well, I'm going to help you out. All right. So here is the first tip, right? So we're talking about overcoming procrastination. Here is the very first tip, and it might shock y'all, but I'm going to type it in here and I'm going to bring it onto the screen, right? So the very first tip, I'll use my YouTube comment. Do anything, right? So if you want to do the dishes, right? I'm looking right to my right in the kitchen. There's no dishes in there, right? But when there are dishes in the sink, it frustrates me whether I have the energy to do it or not. But let's say I got to do the dishes because I got company coming over, right? It's going to be hard to do the dishes until the very last second, right? If somebody's coming over and they're like, oh, I'm coming to subdivision. Like I'll be there in 5 minutes. At that point, you'll get up, you'll rinse everything, and you put it in the dishwasher, right? But let's say you want to do the dishes hours before they're coming over because you want to be organized, right? If you don't have the motivation to do the dishes, I want you to do anything, right? But I, I will say this: do anything, but do not do anything that requires you. Anything that you can do while sitting down, don't do that. I want you to get up and do anything, right? Just do anything. So if I gotta do dishes, I'm gonna get up, move the body around. So the funny thing about and Kraken said um yeah, they watched me until I reached 1 million. I've almost doubled. Yeah, we're getting bigger on YouTube. So Kraken, I saw your comment and I want to acknowledge that. I really do appreciate you. We're getting bigger on YouTube, and it's getting there one thing at a time. So thank you so much. So the funny thing about like procrastination is that normally this makes no sense, y'all. It does not make sense at all. But action precedes the motivation, right? It's backwards, right? Like you'll be sitting there, like right now I'm sitting, right, and you'll be watching like a David Goggins or Gary Vaynerchuk or some motivational YouTube video, right? And you're sitting there, you're like, all right, I'll do these dishes, but I'm gonna put on like a motivational video, right? And it gets you all hyped up, and you're trying to work yourself up, and then you watch one video, and then you watch the second video, and then you watch the third video. The whole time an hour has gone by, and you haven't done anything, right? So I want you to get up and do anything. If you have to do dishes, right, get up and go to the kitchen, right? Maybe rearrange things. Just get up and get close to whatever you have to do. Because if you get up, there's a good chance that you'll go to the kitchen and you'll be around and you'll just be doing things. But when you're up, you're in a position to where you can do things, right? So that means that if you're around the kitchen, you're like, all right, well, shoot, I think I can start. I might be able to start this thing, right? So you started, right? Keep in mind what I said. Action precedes the motivation, right? So you can't just sit there and wait for that big burst of energy to come, right? It might come, right? You might get that random intense focus. I mean, from ADHD or something like that, and you can clean your whole house, right? But I don't want you to wait around for that, right? Get up and do anything, do something. Preferably be close to whatever you have to do. So if I got to knock out the dishes and I'm in the kitchen and I'm doing things, I might be like, oh, you know what? Let me start on this thing. And if you start on something, the likelihood that you will see it through is much higher, right? But if you're sitting down watching the motivational YouTube videos, right, there's a 0% chance that you're going to do because you're sitting there watching the YouTube video, So maybe have the video on as you do the thing. But if you're watching it, then you might as well be watching something on Netflix, right? It's become entertainment at this point, Let me look at some comments. April says, I gotta give you a love of the show for this. I put the pro procrastination. I like that. And so somebody's saying they've taken, of course, depending on your mental health, medications can make it easier, right? But these are just like, typical, generalized tips for everybody. David has dishes in the sink right now. David, hey, if you're watching, check it out. If you're watching from your phone, where's the thing, right? You're watching from your phone, right? If you're watching from your phone, David, you could be listening to me speak right now, right? Because I'll be live for at least 30 minutes, right? So I'll be on here for at least 22 more minutes. You can be listening to me talk, right? And then just put it right here. And then as you listen to me talk, you're putting the water, and then you're doing the dishes, like, or you're putting them in the dishwasher, right? You gotta do something. We gotta do something, anything but something, right? And who said? Shayla says, yeah, I'm just gonna go to sleep, right? If you're sitting down, you can go to sleep, right? But it's really hard to go to sleep while you're up doing the thing that you're procrastinating on, right? Now you can still maybe fall asleep while you're standing up if you're super tired, right? David says, I hear you. David, you're on the clock now, right? Now there's 374 people who just saw what you said. So David, let's get the dishes done as we're watching this live stream, right? So the second thing right here, the second tip, and this is something that can be helpful for anybody. is to break it into small pieces, right? Number two, break it into small pieces. You want to break the thing into small pieces, right? And depending on the thing that you're doing, right? If we're using dishes or laundry or whatever, sometimes what happens is you're like, all right, okay, I'm gonna just put the clothes in the washer, and then maybe I'll put them in the dryer later, right? But if you do something, right? If you break it into small pieces and you do something, then like I said earlier, I said that action precedes the motivation, right? So if you have, let's stick with the dishes, right? So let's say David has a ton of dishes in the sink, and ideally it would take him 40 minutes, right? Let's say he's gonna wash them by hand. We're gonna break it into small pieces, right? We're gonna go in there and we're just gonna wash the cups because there's no cups right now. And if somebody comes over, there's no plastic cups. So like we need cups to drink out of. So let's just look for the cups and wash that, right? So when you break things into small pieces, the most important thing about it is that you started, right? And for me, when somebody's saying, what about college homework? Michaela, the same thing. If you have a whole bunch of college homework, keep in mind the second tip is to break it into small pieces. So let's say you got math, and I have math and then humanities and then another class, right? You got three classes you have to do homework for. Let's say you're gonna break it into small pieces. Say we're gonna focus on math. Now, what could happen, Michaela, right? And this is probably relatable for my ADHD community. Is let's say you start on your math homework, right? And after you do your math homework, you're like, oh, it feels good to do math. I feel good because I knocked it out, right? You broke it into small pieces. I'll do math today, humanities tomorrow, and I'll do gymnastics the third day, whatever, right? But after you complete your math homework, you have a lot of momentum, right? And with that extra momentum, you're like, shoot, I might as well just do the humanities assignment right now because I'm already sitting here. I already got the pen and the paper. I'm already typing. I'm not that math. I might as well move on to the next one. So a lot of times I've seen people break things into small pieces and actually start the first thing and do everything, right? Now you don't have to do everything, but at least if you broke it into small pieces, you got a little bit done, and then you can use that to help you do the next thing tomorrow. But for me personally, if I break it into small pieces, once I start and I feel good, I'll knock it out the same day, straight up. But it just depends on the person, right? And Leilani says, small wins are still big wins. I agree. Any win's a win. A win's a win, right? And Melanie Monroe, keep the procrastination while being a parent as far as staying on top of cleaning, organizing. Same thing. Keep in mind, the second tip is to break it into small pieces. So if the whole house is dirty, right? Let's break it into small pieces, right? If you want to clean the whole house, right? Look, cleaning is it's funny because in this country, like maybe it's everywhere, but people look at a cleaner and say, oh, like it's a low skilled job, or like it's a low, like people look at cleaners as, oh, it's beneath them. So down. My dog is messing up. Come here. But a cleaner is one of the most important people in our society. So down. Don't make me have to put you up. My dog's all over the place, right? Because cleaning is difficult. That's what I'm trying to say. Like a cleaner, like we should celebrate cleaners. Cleaning is a task, right? You got the living room, you got the dining room, you got the bathrooms, right? And you have the it's difficult. So if you're a parent and you got kids, boom, boom, keep it simple. If all you can do is the dining room, just do a dining room, and you might want to hang out there, because if you hang out in the mess, you might not be able to focus. But do the dining room and leave it, right? Maybe you'll get the motivation to start doing everything, but do a dining room and just be okay with that. Move on to the next thing, right? And Jenny's saying, my whole house is dirty right now. I have 3 kids, dishes, laundry, snacks, trash, bathroom, kitchen, the rooms, and sweeping and mopping. I need help. So, I mean, how old are the kids, right? Turn it into a game. Say, hey, whoever cleans. I used to pull that trick on my cousins when I was younger. Whoever cleans the most wins the prize. And then they start to clean, right? Make it fun. Clean a little bit, move on, boom, 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 right? Amy, I'm on IG. Check it out. Same IG name at Dr. Curtis Sarfo. It's not that on Facebook because there's no like little @ sign to my knowledge. But yeah, check it out. And the third tip right here, and this right here is probably the easiest one for you to do if you procrastinate, right? But the third one is to take a mental break, right? Take a mental break. And the reason why I say to take a mental break is real quick, let me see what Marilyn Monroe said. I'm a victim of body doubling. When it's just me, I get nothing done. But when someone else is here, I get so Marilyn Monroe, I like this. This is dope, right? We've talked about how body doubling can be helpful to get things done, So maybe get somebody over at the house, right? Have them over at the house, and then do something, and then you might be talking to them, just shooting the breeze, boom, boom, just talking back and forth. Before you know it, the whole place is clean, and then you're like, all right, you can go home now. Like, I'm about to, I don't need you anymore. You don't have to say that, but you get the point. All right, so to take a mental break, right? That's the third step right here. Take a mental break. This is important for a couple of reasons, right? For some of us, depending on how you are and what's going on, if there's a task that you have to do, and this is, I see it a lot in ADHD, but this can be anybody, right? It's not an ADHD specific thing. So just keep that in mind. If there's a task that you have to do and you haven't done it and you keep pushing it off, right? What will happen sometimes is you won't be able to like really rest, because let's say it's the whole kitchen, right? Let's say my kitchen is dirty AF, like super dirty, right? And then I woke up today saying, all right, I'm gonna do the kitchen at 4 p.m. I'm gonna clean my kitchen at 4 p.m. and then I go live on Facebook at 6 p.m. West Coast time, right? And let's say I got to 4 p.m. and I couldn't clean the kitchen, right? Then I'll say, okay, tomorrow I'll clean the kitchen at 4 p.m. And then between now and tomorrow 4 p.m., all I can think about is the fact that I did not do the kitchen and that everything is dirty, right? So if you had cleaned the kitchen, you would have cleaned it and you moved on to whatever. But when there's like a big task that's looming, right, and you have to do it, sometimes it's kind of like when you have an appointment at 1 p.m., and you're like, I can't do anything today because I gotta hang out and get to this appointment. Like you feel paralyzed. So what you're doing is, for every day that you push off that task, I'll do the dishes. I'll do them tomorrow. I'll do them the next day. For every day that you push the task off, like it's gonna take a mental real estate where, like in the back of your head, you're like, all right, I gotta do those dishes, right? Like you still have to do life, do errands, pick up the kids, go to the DMV, cook, sleep, all. But then you're like, okay, I gotta do the dishes as well. I gotta do the dishes as well, right? So being frustrated mentally, and then the worst thing about this is when you're doing that, you might forget to do other important things because all you can think of is, dang, at some point I got to do the dishes, right? So if you could take a mental break, right, and the best way to take this break is to do the thing, right? Because if you do the thing, then you're no longer worried about it, right? But if you're so overwhelmed, just take a break, right, and tell yourself, all right, the kitchen is dirty, right? It just depends. I don't know, if the Queen of England is coming to your house tomorrow, like, then please clean the kitchen right now, right? If it's like a big thing. But if you don't have to really get to it, take a mental break and just forget about the fact that you have to do that thing, right? If it's not urgent, and say, all right, I'm not gonna do. So let's say my kitchen's dirty right now and it's Monday. Then I'll say, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about the kitchen for maybe a couple of days, right? Like I'll move around whatever I have to move around, but I won't worry about the kitchen for a couple of days, right? So to make it practical, and I'll read the comment section in a second because I want to get you all's feedback. But I'll say, all right, what I would do personally, I'll put a reminder on my phone, maybe Thursday, and say, think about the kitchen or just kitchen. I'll just say kitchen on Thursday, right? And then that will allow me to not think about this thing until Thursday. And then maybe Thursday I feel better to fully clean the kitchen, right? But I don't want to make myself the whole week think about, oh, I got this damn kitchen to clean, right? because I got other things to do. Like life is more than this kitchen. But you see, I've been talking about the kitchen for the past 5 minutes because the kitchen's dirty and it's on my mind, right? And it's taking up mental real estate. So if you can take a break, of course, if it's urgent and somebody's coming over, do it. But if you can take a break, then you're like, all right, I can breathe, right? The thing is not done, but I can breathe and I can gather myself and do other things, right? And that's one of the worst things about procrastination, because until the thing is done, it's stuck in your head, right? So that's the worst thing about it. All right, let me get some of these comments. It sucks having adult. Yeah, it does, Johnny. Adult ADHD sucks, right? Like it's not a fun thing. Nobody chooses to have it, but it's not going anywhere. So we have to come together and do what we can do. Let me see. Another good thing to do is to make a physical to-do list, not on your phone, but write it down on a chalkboard or whiteboard or even paper. Every time you cross something off, it feels good. Lexi, I like this. I've done this before. And as you cross it off, you get that, dopamine boost of, okay, I did this. I can be proud of myself. Jenny Culverhouse, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Beautiful family, by the way. I get mentally and physically exhausted too. That's the thing about procrastination. Mary says, I work better when it's last minute. Hey, certain things we can get away with doing this, right? Like if, for example, if somebody's coming over, right, and I'm like, all right, like I got company. Let's just say, I got a date at 9 o'clock or whatever. I'm like, all right, the place needs to, look good, needs to smell good. If she comes over, I don't want her to be like, oh, this place is dirty. So, let me make sure I have the basics. Let me make sure I got like toilet paper or whatever, right? Because it's a last minute thing because you have a date at 8 o'clock or whatever. So you'll clean. You can get away with that, right? But certain things you don't want to do at the last minute, right? Like maybe turning in like important documents for your kids, right? You mess around and you turn it in at the last second and they're like, oh, your child has to, wait a week because certain things we can do at the last second and certain things we can't, right? So if it's something that we can do at the last second, right, then hey, then that's the magic of ADHD, right? Or whatever it is, right? It might not be ADHD with you, but Hannah says, hi, Coder, laundry day is going to be held tomorrow. So this is a good example. So see, today we're not in tomorrow yet, right? And nowhere in the U.S. are we in tomorrow because the latest it is 9:29 on the East Coast. So even if Hannah is in Atlanta, Georgia, it's not tomorrow yet. But now Hannah's thinking of, I got to do laundry tomorrow. Right? So the whole time, like the present moment, Hannah cannot enjoy today because Hannah's like, I got to do laundry tomorrow, right? But Hannah will make sure that you get this laundry done tomorrow. Like I'm gonna think to myself, like, all right, I'm gonna be somewhere, or I might be like, using the restroom tonight, and I'll be thinking to myself, like, I wonder if Hannah Ross is gonna do her laundry tomorrow. So Hannah, don't let me down. Please do the laundry or do something, right? Do something, anything will work. Anything will work. Let me see. Joanna, hey, I appreciate it. And for me, my housekeeper is like an assistant for me. Like I have a whole budget for housekeeping because I'm doing so much. Some days I'll be here and the house is dirty and I have no energy, right? And one time my housekeeper was unavailable. It threw a wrench in my plans. I'm like, all right. So I just put on, I think it was like Eminem's greatest hits or whatever. And I was like, all right, nobody talk to me. Don't even look at me for the next 3 hours. And then I cleaned I cleaned this whole area right here, and then my room was dirty, so I just slept on the couch. I don't like a mess. I don't like a mess. Emma, I appreciate you. I like that. I like that you were able to take it and get that courage to go get help. Christian says, I've been doing this so bad. I need to clean the 2 rooms upstairs, and I haven't been able to focus on much else. But with 4 kids in our daily routines, it hasn't been possible yet. Yet, that's one of the worst things about procrastination. Until you make progress at that thing, it just takes up so much space in your head. And for me, I'll take it a step further. I'm always working on something, right? Like I'm posting these videos, but I'm always working on another concept or another concept. And with some of the things I'm working on right now, I've delayed them so much to the point where it's like sometimes it stifles my creativity, like just in general, or even like playing video games. Like I get beat by my brother. Maybe he's just better than me now, but like I just can't be my best self if I'm like worrying about something that I have to do. Jessica, I appreciate it. I appreciate. I love this community. That's why people say, "Why are you coming on here like 4 times?" I'm like, "Hey, I enjoy doing this. Right? It's better doing things that you enjoy. Because that way it doesn't feel like work." I put on Mark. There's this one Mark Anthony song I like. I don't know you know I don't know Spanish, but it sounds good. I'll Shazam it next time I hear it. Eminem is yeah. You get angry, you start to clean a lot. Then he says, when the kids were little, life was crazy. Husband coming home, we would run around and pick up. He thought he spent time cleaning. Yeah. Lilani, remind me to post so Hannah can do her thing. Casey, what's going on? How are you doing? Is there any tips you have to keep myself from ignoring the reminders I set and to remember to do them? Any kind of chore I have to do, this slips my mind. So the best thing I have for this is if you have a lot of reminders, find some time and delete this. This is what I would do. Delete all your reminders, right? Delete everything and then set a new reminder and write it differently. Because if Chloe, if you just say clean bathroom, right? Then next tomorrow your iPhone is gonna say clean bathroom, and it's just gonna say that, and like you're used to seeing clean bathroom. So clean bathroom does nothing for you, right? So what I would do is delete everything, set another reminder. If you don't have to do it like tomorrow or the next day, like give yourself a break to not think about it, right? And then for Thursday, right, instead of saying clean bathroom, say, like make it funny. I'll be like, for me, I'd be like, I'd say something like, I put a reminder for Thursday at like 10 a.m. and say, hey, that girl is gonna know how dirty you are. Clean bath. So something funny. So that way, when I get to Thursday, I'll look at it and I'll laugh and I'll be like, "Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. I'll just go clean the bathroom, right?" But if you've been saying clean bathroom every day, then like your brain has like you no longer have that sense of urgency because like it's been on for the past 2 weeks, right? So you gotta switch it up. Chris says, how do we prioritize what needs to be? Ooh, it's a good question right here. Mickey Ficky. How do we prioritize what needs to be done now and what doesn't? So I go by like what would happen to you if you didn't do this thing, right? Like what's the cost of not doing this one thing, right? That's how I prioritize the things that I have to get done, right? So like I always had things to do. You will never have a to-do list that's at zero, right? But if you have to, actually, let me pull up my to-do list real quick because I have one. My to-do list. All right, so my to-do list is I have to update insurance in my car. I gotta prepare for. I have to work on a song with my brother, and I have to. Okay, all right, right, and then I have to do my book. So my book is highlighted in red, right? Because I have to get the book done because there's a freelancer helping me out with the book. If I don't do my part, then she can't do her part. And I can't send it back to the the publishing company. And if I really procrastinate on this book, then December we can't release the book, right? And then the publisher is like, all right, we thought Dr. Kojo was like cool, but like he let us down, and we have to like it messed up the press run, so I have everything I have to do, like work on a song with my brother. It's important, but it's not as important, right? What was the other thing that I had to do? Let me see. The scripts, and yeah, the book is the big priority, right? Because if I don't do that, then I'm going to be embarrassed when I've been pushing this book for y'all, and then I have to come out here and say, guys, the book can't come out, right? So that's the most urgent thing. So I'm gonna go with the book first, and then if I can't do anything else today, I still won today because I did the most important thing, right? Um, and real quick, let me answer this question, Sarah. To my knowledge, no. It's a neurodevelopmental condition, right? So like you start to see the things in childhood, but I mean, like look, I've been making videos and dancing on the internet for a while, so maybe the evidence has changed, but I'm like 100% sure, but 99% sure that ADHD originates in childhood. Because there's always keep like a 1%. Maybe I don't know. You know, uh, hey, I appreciate you. Got a lot of YouTube love. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Laura says, "Oh, Leilani, yeah, please do that. Please do that. Yeah, I'll take that." I break things in 10-minute chores, clean a junk drawer while on the phone, dust doors. Laura, I like this. I like this a lot. I like this a lot. Yep. Because this gives you that sense of urgency. And I do this, sometimes where I'll say, all right, give myself 10 minutes or whatever, boom, 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 10-minute chore. Then I'm moving, like I'm racing around the house, right? I'll make it tricky. Okay. So I'm waiting for somebody to drop the magic word in, so we can get the water break. I cannot end the stream without the water break. Let me see. And just like that, the dishes are done. I'm gonna. Hey, I didn't see this, but hold up. We got to give. This is dope. Maybe I should just go live and then tell people to do stuff while I go live. Okay. We gotta give Melanie Monroe a love of this show because she did the dishes while I was on live. That's dope. I hope the other guy did. Who's the other dude who had to do something? I forgot. But hey, shout out to you. This is dope. This is super dope. Hey, okay. Oh, Crystal. There we go. There we go. That's awesome. And that's a magic word, y'all. The magic word. Cheers. Make sure you have your water next to you. If you're drinking a beverage that is not kid friendly, feel free, do your thing. But it's time for the water break. That's a good water break. Good water break. Let me see what else people did. I did my trash and cleaned the cabinet. That's dope. I finished laundry. I like this. This made me start a little laundry. I did. Oh, this is dope. You know what? You know what? Like, my mind's always racing with new ideas, and I do have to get off. But I might just have some streams where we come on and people do things while I do Q&A. There's something here. I don't know what it is, but there's something here. There's something here because like even me, I'll clean while listening to like a sports podcast or something. So there's something here. There's something here. Leilani, I appreciate that. There's something here. I don't know what it is, but there's something here. This is dope. This is dope. Buy doubling lives. Or let's say like actually, you know what? I might even do a live while I'm folding my own clothes, right? I'm thinking about that. Play guitar for us is buy a doubling. Oh, no, like I definitely have live scheduled where I'm gonna play guitar. You know, ooh, you can be a right double. Okay. Yeah. I don't like doing dishes, so I might do dishes and buy double. I might fold the clothes, you know. But just my luck. I fold the clothes and then like, okay, yeah. There's kids who watch me. No. I don't want to make vulgar jokes. Yeah, but yeah, for sure. And Linda says, Linda, I mean, Jessica, I appreciate that. Motivational Mondays. Yeah, there's something here. There's something here. There's something here. There's something here. I tried my ADHD meds for the first time in my life on Saturday and cleaned for the whole day. It was amazing, but then I had days of burnout. Should I take it easier, lower my dose? So first of all, I'm happy you got prescribed meds from like a licensed provider. Talk to your provider about this, because like I cannot tell you what to do, but sometimes when I have patients who skip the meds on the weekends, they just like feel like sleeping, right? Because you're not taking your stimulant. But talk to your provider about this. I'm happy you got the help. Blake, I no, no. Look, my nieces and nephew, they watch me on Facebook, right? And I can't wait until they're at the age where I can start making some jokes that they can get. But right now, I'm like, I want to be a good uncle. I want to be a good example. So we'll chill for now. We'll chill for now. I just took out the trash and made my bed. No, I really like this. I really, really like this. This is dope. I like this. And Cheryl Robertson, I'm able to pinpoint things now where and this is why I still like doing podcasts, and I have some old podcast episodes that I will post for y'all because like it's already produced. It's high quality, really cool stuff. So I'll post that for y'all regardless, but I will always prefer the this live versus that because like I feed off of like the real time, interaction. Like this is super dope. But all right, I do have to. I almost 7 yeah. All right, dang, all right, I do have to get off. I thought I was gonna get after 30 minutes, but yeah, we'll be back on live tomorrow. Yeah, no, this is cool. This is really cool. I really, really enjoy. It doesn't even feel like it's work. So thank you so much, you all. We'll be back on tomorrow. Keep taking one day at a time. And I'm working on things too. And I'm gonna make sure that I take it one day at a time, and we get like a little bit better every day. So until tomorrow, peace. Take care. Love y'all.